Now let's talk about some of the things that you might need while you're having your yamcha. And again, in Cantonese, you're going to not be saying like, I would like to have. You're just going to literally be saying, give me something, please. And the please at the end is what makes it really polite. So don't worry about seeming too rude if you're just saying, give it to me, right? But it's perfectly acceptable. So what you're going to be saying is, give me something, please. Now we've got the bei, which is give. And now I've got here n for number. That's how many you're going to want. And then we have m for your measure word. And then you've got your noun. And then you've got ngo, which is me, right? And then you've got ngai, your thank you at the end. Now remember, you cannot change this around. You can't say bei ngo and then blah, 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 what you want to have. In English, we say give me, but in Cantonese, it is definitely give this thing to me, but there's no to, right? So you're just saying bei, and then what you're asking for, ngo, which is me, and then ngai. So what are some of the things that you might be asking for when you're at yamcha? The first thing might be just your pot of tea, right? To say a pot of tea, it is, well, here's one, right? Yat wu cha, yat wu cha. So bei yat wu cha, ngo ngai. So that would be one thing. I put the yet in brackets because if you're just asking for one of something, sometimes it's enough just to say the measure word, which in this instance is your wu for pot, right? Yet wu cha. And again, if you're asking for a certain type of tea, then you'd be putting the name of the tea in there. Like yet wu hermpin, right? Yet wu hermpin would be one pot of jasmine. So yet wu hermpin ngai would be that. So bei, your mid-rising bei, and then high tone yet, low falling wu, and then hung, up high for hung, pin, ngai, okay. Another thing you might need quite often, chopsticks fall on the floor. It's quite a common occurrence, and you might need a new pair of chopsticks. And to say that, well, I'm using two here just to, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 again. 2 pairs of chopsticks would be 兩對筷子. Chopsticks is thigh, is your chopsticks. Doi, the midtone doi, is your measure word, meaning pair. And then 兩 is your 2, quantity of 2. So 兩對筷子. And the whole sentence, 俾兩對筷子，我唔該. Okay. 3 cups or bowls or plates. Okay. 三 is your 3. Zet is your measure word, just the mid-tone zet. And then you're going to be saying high tone boy for a cup, won, mid-rising won, if you're asking about asking for a bowl, or deep is your plate. Okay, so 3隻杯，俾3隻杯我唔該，俾3隻碟, or next one is 碗，俾3隻碗，我唔該。俾3隻碟，我唔該. So that would be asking for your 3 cups, bowls, or plates. Now another one that takes the measure word is your spoon. Okay, so if you're asking for 4 spoons, again, you're going to be using your zet, and you'll be saying say zet, same tone, say zet, and then down for the qi up high, gang, say zet qi gang. Okay, it's going to be how to say 4 spoons. Again, if you're 1 spoon, it's just 俾隻匙羹 or 俾一隻匙羹我唔該. Okay? And finally, when you go to dim sum, you've got individual different colored pieces of paper in which to tick the dim sum that you want. And sometimes you'll be missing one of them, or you might have used it already and you want another one. So in that case, you're going to be asking for 俾張點心紙我唔該. Now this dim sum, the mid-rising dim and sum, is dim sum, right? The mid-rising zi is going to be your paper. So dim sum zi, you're just going mid, high, mid, right? Dim sum zi is your dim sum paper. And high tone zheng is your measure word. Zheng is used for paper. So zheng zi, bei zheng dim sum zi, wo唔該. Okay, and that would be how to say, please give me another like dim sum kind of menu, but usually they're just different colored pieces of paper on the table. And so take a look and see what it is that you'd like to ask for, and have a go at putting different quantities in front. Again, remembering that the yat is for one, and if you sometimes you can omit the one, because if you just say the measure word, then it's understood that you're just asking for one. And again, if you can't really remember the measure word that goes with a specific thing, don't worry too much about it. You can always use, okay, it's not proper, but you can just say, if you just can't remember at the moment and you really want to keep speaking Cantonese, just use go, right? Okay, and they're not going to look at you like, I have no idea what you're talking about, as long as you say the qi right? Download qi. If you get that right and you can't remember that as zat, and you say qi, it would be okay. But do try to remember that each noun has its own measure word, and it would be, you'd be a lot closer to speaking like a native if you're actually using the measure word that they would use.